how would you like to get your power back? Would you like to get your power back? Rally around the client that we serve. What are their issues as a human being, and how can we use our resources to nourish, encourage, support, and uplift them? I believe, that, again, that business is a human issue, not an economic one, and the economics are a byproduct of the quality of human relationships. So take a look at your customer and ask, what are their issues? What are their lifestyle, situation, and issues, and the impact it has on them as a human being, and then use your resources to nourish, encourage, support, and uplift them in some manner. And then I started to realize that the power of developing the relationship is really what we're talking about, developing the relationships with each other. It's so simple. It is so simple. And it occurred to me as I was developing my career and my life and my clientele base, who made this so complicated? I would like to have a chat with them. So what you think and what you feel, ideally, to manifest reality quickly, instantaneously need to be a match. The key to crack the code of how you manifest stuff and circumstances and events have to do with how you feel. See, if we have a hidden agenda toward our client, that's our reasons, not their reasons. That also is the opposite of how we're wired. We're wired to use our resources in our life and our intention and our thinking and our feeling to be of value to each other. That's how we're wired. And so I'm absolutely determined to put that mix back into the mix of how we make our money in business, because it's fundamental to who we are. And it's so much easier, and you get so much more. And the minute you try this one time once, you'd never go backwards again, ever. So what you want to do if you grow your business is send out a signal that's a signal of empowerment. What is empowerment? Empowerment is stepping into our authentic self. Our authentic self is our value-driven self. That's how we're wired. So if you want to be powerful, step into an intention to use your powerfulness to be of value to others. That law of attraction is responding to our sense of self-respect, our sense of value, period. You want to consciously co-create on behalf of your team and what you are offering to others. And you know how you do that? You rally around your client. Who's your client? Once we all agreed and chose the client that we're really going to focus on, then we talked about the human issues around that client. Do you know how you're suffering? Do you know how they're scared? Do you know that they have families and children and car payments and mortgage and food and birthdays that they cannot take care of their family? And do you know how scared they are? And they could use your encouragement. It was the most amazing thing that happened. This was New Year's Eve, and that day, 4:35 the afternoon, the president of that company sent out an email to the whole company. It's like a miracle. We've been open for 10 years, and today we had our #1 record-breaking day ever in our history. Today. Commit to using your life to be of value to another. And in a business framework, that would be called mission-driven marketing. And then I had the biggest epiphany around this subject. My gosh. Commitment's a bigger deal than you just get a result. The best of you shows up when you have one of these. So when you focus, you actually do get smarter, and a commitment supports you focusing. Therefore, your result happens. So the cool news about making a commitment is the best of you shows up when you have one of these. So who's the first to win? Us, who makes one of these, because the best of you shows up when you have one. Focus. So people come home really drained and really tired. They're doing stuff they don't like and pretending that they like it or feel a fear like they have to. I like the idea of creating opportunity for people where they can't wait to do something, not that they ought to or have to or should or any of that. I believe in action that is inspired. When your action is inspired and you can't wait to do something, your result is very powerful every time. The reason intention is powerful is because it makes stuff move. It's not just a thought. It makes stuff move. Intention is connected to our intuition. Intention is connected to our feeling. Our feeling is what they're studying is the most powerful aspect of our identity. That's where we got to start using it. And you know who's having the hardest time with this? And God bless you all, is the men. Integrity actually means whole and complete. That's what it means. Whole. What's whole? What I'm saying and what I'm doing, what I'm thinking match. That's whole. Okay, so if my words say one thing and my actions say another, we call that hypocritical. And that word isn't even strong enough. Because operating in the antithesis of integrity is what is causing our own breakdown. Your belief system finds a match in the environment. So when our beliefs, I hear a lot of people say, if I could just make enough money to get through my month. Do we know people that are talking like that? If I can just get enough money to get through the month. And guess what they attract? Just enough money to get through the month. And say these are really, really hard times. I created relationships with competitor banks. They were so astounded that the affinity partner that I created was a quote-unquote competitor bank that could theoretically potentially take them away from me. He flooded me with business because he couldn't believe that anyone, he said, my bank is the most remarkable bank ever. You won't believe what my banker did. They went and got another bank who could steal this big account away in a heartbeat because they have the thing that I need to operate. But they had the confidence and the trust to bring them in together. Who does that? And began flooding business to me. That's how it works. See, what I cared about was being of value to my client. Whether I do it or they do it or you do it, it's of value, and it has a long-standing relationship-building dynamic attached to this. So you want to find a client that's a match because they're going to read where you're coming from anyway. So may as well just get it over with. And then it's more fun and you get more. And when you find that out, you're flying in all kinds of ways. And can't wait to get up, and then you don't need people to hold you accountable. Nonsense. Now, goal setting is getting a bad rap for a couple of reasons that I've observed in my career. Number one is we use it like a to-do list. Get the house, get the car, get the relationship, get the money, get the health, get the vacation, get the. And then we just write it all down, and then it doesn't happen. We go, goal setting doesn't work. Yeah, it does. Not like that. Integrity and ethics are a byproduct. It's not the goal. If I were to say to you that I'm going to go out today and I'm going to fall in love and I'll be back about 5:15. Well, yeah, wouldn't we all laugh? Like, that's really dumb, because falling in love is that's not the goal. Love is a byproduct, sort of a reaction to a quality relationship. That's what love is. Well, guess what ethics and integrity is? It's a byproduct of the intention to be of value to another. Again, there's nothing to do here. Intend to be of value. And you want to talk about personal power, start living in this, because you tell the truth because it feels great. You do what you say because it feels great, not because it's like the right thing to do, because it empowers you to operate in this way.